One of my favorite game series are honestly the FromSoft Souls games, and the first point I wanted to bring up is what makes the FromSoft games so great is the fact that the combat is easy to learn but hard to master. The dodge-based combat makes Souls games into rhythm games in disguise, which makes its combat unique, feel great, while also challenging to master since you are constantly having to learn enemy attack patterns. Parrying is another thing in the Souls games that is fun to use in combat and can trivialize encounters with enemies, but it is also hard to master since it is timing based, and timing it wrong is very punishing for the player, and because of how punishing it is a high risk, high reward move. And when you watch someone who's mastered parrying in, like, let's say Dark Souls 3 like I'm playing right now, it is just so fun to watch him trivialize a hard fight. Also, the magic systems in the Souls games are also a great way that helps diversify the way you can play the game, while still retaining the danger that Dark Souls games has through its difficulty and world building. And on the note of difficulty and world design, it is known that Souls games lack a difficulty slider, which in my opinion helps immerse players in the dangerous worlds that the masterminds at From Software have designed for us to explore and conquer through trial and tribulation. And if the Souls games did have difficulty sliders, it would undermine the trial and error gameplay loop that the Souls games have established themselves on, and it would make the world of these Souls games feel less dangerous, as the threats that lurk in the dungeons and fields would be trivialized, in my opinion. And what I think makes the world design of FromSoft games so great is the fact that they use environmental storytelling with the colors of the area, the architecture, nature, enemy variation and placement, and lastly, the bosses that are placed in the dungeons themselves. Other games also do this, like The Elder Scrolls, Cyberpunk, and Assassin's Creed, but no other studio does it as detailed as the people at FromSoft, which in my opinion, pushes the world that they designed to a whole new stratosphere. Another thing that makes the FromSoft Souls games so good, in my opinion, is the unique way that they like to tell their stories. And the people at FromSoft like to tell their stories through environmental storytelling, the unreliable narrator, and the extra bits of info from the item descriptions. And in my opinion, this form of storytelling, which is giving us a part of the picture, is genius. And I think it's great because it opens discussions and theories about the world and its story. If you look it up on YouTube, you will see hundreds, if not thousands, of theories, opinions, and videos on the story, lore, and background on the characters and their motivations in these Souls games. In fact, whole YouTube creators' career are based off of understanding the story of the Souls games because they are not openly available to you. You have to go out and discover the information on your own. And to me, that is one of the most genius things that the FromSoft people have ever done. But don't get it twisted when I was talking about the cryptic nature of the story and the background of these FromSoft worlds, because you do have goals you need to accomplish, like Link the Fire, become Elden Lord, or get Demon Souls to lull the old one to slumber. It's just you don't know why you want to, or if you want to. Let's use Dark Souls for example. You don't really know what it means to link the fire, or why it should be linked to begin with, and it's up to you to decide what you will do. This makes the Souls games more compelling in my opinion, because it is up to you to complete the duty that you were assigned, or to completely subvert it and choose a different path. And the last point on why I think the Souls games are so good is because of the hidden accessibility of the Souls games. The Souls games do get a bad rap for being inaccessible to people because it has no easy mode. But I find this statement to be untrue. Summoning is an option you can use in these action RPGs to get help from other people and NPCs if you are struggling on bosses or even zones in the game. Also, the build variety you can use means that there are multiple ways to play these games, from a level 1 depraved playthrough, or you can power level and be a crazy glass cannon magic build and shred bosses and enemies alike. The game also has ways for you to get powerful equipment early to subvert the difficulty. Like in Dark Souls 1 for example, You can get the Black Knight sword and shred every boss in the game without question. The Souls games do everything in their power to help you get through their unforgiving dystopian worlds, but have a easy mode. And honestly, with the way the games are designed, I don't think the games need it. And I'm talking as someone who needed 5 years to beat Dark Souls 1 since I was trash at the game. Thank you for watching this video. If you have your own opinion on what makes the Souls games good, or if you think they're not good, let me know in the comments, and...
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.